Hi, I am Ebony. I'm a broadcast journalist at Classic FM 91.1, and this is the Jerrycan Show. My birth certificate name is Mary or Mamuyowi Etagene, and I am from Delta State. I was born in Ibadan, but grew up in Lagos. I went to O&A Unique Nursery and Primary School in Lagos. Then I went to Federal Government Girls College, Benin City. Then from there, I went to the great University of Benin, where I got a degree in English and literature. Sincerely, no, it wasn't radio I wanted to do initially. I wanted to be a lawyer, okay, but jammed me, jammed me a lot. But radio has always been something that I loved. I mean, I used to listen to radio while I was younger, from secondary school. I would listen to radio late into the night. People like Frank Edoho, who used to be on Metro FM on the cruise control, I'll listen to him all night long. So I loved listening to the radio. I loved, the personalities, how versatile, how smart they were. I love how I would just be there listening to them. And I knew that there was a lot of people out there who were listening as well. And I used to tell myself, it won't be a bad idea, if I can hold people to ransom like this and listen to them. Since I couldn't get people to listen to me in the courtroom, then, this one would make a whole lot of sense. Okay, and also Dan Foster, blessed memory, he was a very interesting on-air personality that I loved as well. So radio has always been a hobby for me. Listening to radio was a hobby, then I fell in love with the craft. And, that's when I told myself that, okay, I think I want to pursue a career, in this. And I went on, like I said earlier, I read English and literature, and thereafter, I went for, when I knew I wanted to go into the radio house, I invested, right? I paid for a training because I didn't want a situation whereby I have to go to radio house and beg and say, please put me on air. Because I knew I was passionate. I just needed a guide. I just needed people who knew more than I did at the time, to just guide me, through it. So I paid for a training. I did the research and I found these people called Push Africa. They were training upcoming newscasters, radio personalities and whatnot. So I paid for it, and it was a 1 month training. No, it was 2 months training, and thereafter we were sent to different radio houses for an internship program, different in major cities. And I was living in Benin at the time because that's where I had graduated from. So I chose to go back to Benin to start my internship with KUFM, and that's where I started my whole radio journey. Like I said, I put in all the passion. I learned how to do reporting. I did practically everything. I had to cast the news. I learned everything that I needed to do. I brought my A game, if you could say that. I brought my A game because at the time I needed my employees to really, to employ me. I needed the job. I really wanted to kickstart my radio journey there. But apparently it didn't happen. It actually happened, I was offered a job, but the pay wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. I tried to bargain, but in the manager's word, I'll never forget, he said, look, you're a fresh graduate and you're a newbie. You should be glad we are offering you this money. But I was like, no, I know my worth. I'm not going to take this. And I said, I even had to negotiate. Like, so give me some more. Just add a little something to it at the time. But, he said no. And I said, okay, that's my problem. And I left, hoping that, I'll just start to, maybe go from one radio house to the other and say, okay, this is what I can do. Try me out and see what I can do. But luckily for me, there was a staff who was at the former station, that's where I did my internship, who had moved to another station out of town. And he picks up the phone one day and calls me and says, look, Ebony, there's an opening somewhere in Enugu. Are you willing to relocate? I put in a word for you. I think you have potentials. I think you'll be good at the job. And I said, relocating, okay. I loved the job. I really wanted to pursue a career in it. And, I packed my bags and I moved to Enugu. And so I would say my first big break was at Urban Radio Enugu. That's where I really kickstarted my career, and I built the brand Ebony. Passion. You have to be very passionate. If you're coming into the media space for the fame or for the money, if that's your goal, you're going to get frustrated. You have to be very passionate. The passion will make you enjoy the fame and the money, when it eventually comes. There's a quote that says, if you enjoy what you do, you will never have to work a day in your life. Radio is a very interesting job, I can't deny. I mean, that's the only thing that I've done practically, professional-wise all my life. And I am very passionate about it. So my advice is let the passion be there. Love the job, and hopefully the job will love you back. All right, so passion. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you have to be passionate. If not, frustration is gonna be your middle name. Love the job, and it would be a beautiful ride for you. I'm Pretty by TLC. Really great song anytime, any day. It is 55 minutes past the hour of 5 o'clock, and sadly, you know how it is. Everything that has a beginning has to have an end. And on that note, we come to the end of the Classic Vibes, the TGIF edition today. And I'm about to give way for Daddy Notch. He's already in the building, and he's going to be taking you home in grand style from 6 p.m. all the way till 10 p.m. You know it's Daddy Notch's premium, all right? So don't even think of flirting with your dial. Thank you so much for doing this with me, and don't forget to keep it a date with me tomorrow. I will be here bright and early to kickstart your day, and I'm going to be keeping you company for 6 good hours, so you don't want to miss out on that one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you're still on the road, you know I'm a preacher of drive safely, please. I know it's Friday. Please don't drink and drive. Makes absolutely no sense. All right, let's be cautious of other road users. Drive carefully. The roads are wet, so it's only common sense that you drive really, really carefully. Please stay safe out there. All right, and have yourself an amazing weekend. I am Ebony, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Bye bye. Bring it on.
Okay, kind of like your energy. All right, so let's begin. The first one is texting or talking. Which one?
Talking.
Why talking?
I talk for a living, so I'll talk you to your ears bleed.
Our favorite day of the week?
Sunday.
All right. Favorite city in Nigeria besides the one you live in?
Lasgidi.
Come on.
Lagos.
What's up with Lagos?
I grew up there. That's where I grew up. That's where my family is. So giddy up.
What nickname did your parents call you while growing up?
Blackie. I was the darkest in my house. Blackie. That's what they used to call me.
All right. So what's the last song you downloaded?
Fall For You by Leela James.
This one is very tricky.
Okay.
How long does it take you to get ready?
Hey, Lord. It takes a lot. My God, if you told me my location starts by 4, I probably have to start getting ready by 2:30-ish to 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends.
All right, this one you have to fill in the blank. Who is your favorite celebrity, and how would you describe that person?
Celebrity. It would be Whitney Houston. She's beautiful, she's energetic, she's a diva. She's soulful. I mean, I could go on and on and on. She's a legend. So yeah.
All right, so as a broadcast journalist, at what age do you want to retire?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't think I have any age in mind, but I just know that when it's time to, drop the cap, I would know. I would just know it. My spirit and soul will tell me it's time to go. It could be in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, it could be next 5 years, but I know when it's time, you all know.
So when it's time, we'll definitely know. This is a bonus one. Tell us something about yourself that no one knows.
I bruise easily. I'm a very emotional person. So that's why I put up this rah attitude, this whole facade of being extremely tough, but I'm very emotional. Very. Smart enough. I've started to cry.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, so would you want to cry for us?
Are you serious right now, Jerry?
Yes,
Jerrycan?
like, just...
You have to hurt me for a cry. But if I have to cry, you have to pay me to cry for it. Like,
I will pay.
Really?
Yes.
Money for hand. We need to see the money. I'm not bruised right now, so why should I cry?
All right, thank you very much. Really do appreciate.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay.